Many of you who are users of Windows 10 are likely in panic since Windows 10 is about to be classified as end of life by Microsoft. End of life is today.
Windows 11 has been out for over 4 years, and after all that time, nearly half of all Windows users are still refusing to use it. That's not a small problem. That's a crisis. And right now, inside Microsoft, the panic is real. Let's start with the numbers because they don't lie. As of December 2025, Windows 11 holds just 53.7% of the Windows market. 4 years after launch, Microsoft projected they'd be at 55% by early 2025. They missed that target badly. And what's even more alarming isn't the slow growth. It's that people who already upgraded are now downgrading. Reddit's Windows forum was flooded with 400 posts per day from people asking how to go back to Windows 10. YouTube tutorials showing how to revert are pulling millions of views. This isn't just hesitation. This is active rejection. Dell's Chief Operating Officer Jeffrey Clark said it publicly at CES 2026, and this came from one of Microsoft's biggest hardware partners. His exact words were that from a consumer perspective, people are not buying based on AI, and AI probably confuses them more than it helps them. Dell went further and actually pulled AI from their marketing materials entirely, brought back their classic XPS branding, and refocused on what customers actually care about: battery life, build quality, and performance. When your biggest hardware ally is distancing themselves from your core selling point at the world's biggest tech trade show, something has gone seriously wrong. So what broke the trust? It starts with a wall Microsoft built themselves. To run Windows 11, your PC needs a TPM 2.0 security chip. Sounds reasonable until you realize that TPM 2.0 only became standard in computers around 2016. Anything older, even a perfectly fast, functional machine, gets blocked. Tom's Hardware reported that millions of systems running older Intel processors with SSDs and plenty of RAM are fully capable of running Windows 11 but are being artificially excluded. These aren't ancient machines. Microsoft simply drew a line and told half their user base to go buy new hardware. The result is millions of functional PCs potentially ending up in landfills. An environmental disaster created by a software decision. Then came recall. In May 2024, Microsoft announced recall as part of their Copilot Plus PC lineup, an AI feature that takes a screenshot of your screen every few seconds, runs it through optical character recognition, and builds a searchable timeline of everything you've ever done on your computer. Microsoft called it photographic memory for your PC. Security researchers called it something else entirely. Cybersecurity expert Kevin Bauvent published findings within 48 hours showing he could extract everything recall had captured in plain text. Passwords, bank account details, private messages, medical records, all sitting in a local database that malware could access the moment you logged in. The UK's Information Commissioner's Office launched an inquiry into Microsoft within 24 hours of the announcement. Microsoft delayed the launch, rebuilt the system with encryption and biometric authentication, and eventually relaunched it as opt-in only. But the damage was done. Lawyers, doctors, and journalists, professionals whose entire careers depend on confidentiality, had already made their decisions. They were leaving Windows entirely. And it's not just users. Samsung, one of Microsoft's most valuable partners in a deal worth an estimated $900 million annually, terminated their partnership in February 2025. The deal had been running since 2019 and put Microsoft apps including OneDrive, Outlook, and Edge on every Galaxy phone chip. When researchers at Trinity College Dublin published a study analyzing data collection by pre-installed apps on Android phones, Microsoft's apps collected more data than any other pre-installed software on the device. More than Samsung's own apps, more than Google's. Samsung confronted Microsoft, demanded changes, and according to reports, Microsoft refused to fundamentally alter their data collection practices. Samsung ended the partnership. Within weeks, Xiaomi quietly removed Microsoft apps from upcoming devices. Oppo launched their Find 8 series without Microsoft software. The ripple effect across Android manufacturers had begun. Now where does Bill Gates fit into this? He left Microsoft's board in March 2020, but his involvement didn't end there. A Business Insider report from April 2024 revealed he still participates in recruitment of senior executives and reviews new product. Gates himself confirmed it in a September 2025 interview with the Wall Street Journal, saying product reviews still take up around 15% of his time. He was reviewing the very products users are now revolting against. And still, Windows 11 is on track for one of the slowest OS adoption rates in Microsoft history. The alternatives are growing fast. Linux desktop usage nearly doubled in a single year. Mac enterprise sales rose 63% year over year. Chromebook business shipments jumped 127%. Major financial institutions are evaluating large-scale moves away from Windows. Users built tools specifically to strip AI features out of Windows 11. The nickname Microslop started trending online, and when CEO Satya Nadella discouraged the term publicly, it spread even faster. Microsoft built an operating system that serves Microsoft. It collects data, pushes subscriptions, runs ads inside a product you already paid for, and adds AI features that freeze during their own demos. Users noticed, and they are leaving. The question now isn't whether Windows has a problem. The question is whether Microsoft is willing to admit it before it's too late.